April Tinsley's story is a tragic one that shook a community and sparked a decades-long search for justice. Here's a detailed narrative of her life, the events surrounding her disappearance, and the eventual resolution of the case. Part 1. Innocence Lost. April Tinsley was born on March 18, 1980 in Fort Wayne, Indiana, to a loving family. She was described as a bright and bubbly child, full of life and laughter. Growing up in a close-knit community, April enjoyed playing with her friends and exploring the neighborhood. As she entered her early teens, April's innocence collided with the harsh realities of the world around her. On April 1, 1988, just weeks after her 8th birthday, April vanished without a trace while walking home from a friend's house. The entire community rallied together in a desperate search for the missing girl, but despite extensive efforts by law enforcement and volunteers, April remained missing. A few days later, a bystander stepped forward, recounting an incident where a Caucasian man in his 30s had confronted a young girl, presumably April, before coercing her into a blue pickup truck. Law enforcement subsequently issued a composite sketch of the suspect based on this eyewitness testimony. Part 2. The Discovery. On April 5, 1988, April Tinsley's lifeless body was discovered in a drainage ditch to the west of Spencerville, Indiana, approximately 20 miles from April's residence. Close to the scene, investigators recovered one of April's shoes and a shopping bag containing a sexual device. The autopsy later revealed that April had been molested and strangled. 2 years later, Fort Wayne police discovered a message on a barn in St. Joseph Township. The message stated, "I kill 8-year-old April M. Tinsley," and "Did you find the other shoe? Haha, I will kill again," was written with crayons which were found near the barn. The message sent shockwaves through the community, reopening old wounds and reigniting the search for April's killer. Months later, another child's body was discovered, prompting investigators to suspect a possible connection between this new crime and April's murder. The victim, 7-year-old Sarah Jean Bowker, was also found molested and suffocated. According to the Fort Wayne Journal-Gazette, detectives had evidence suggesting that Roy Hensley, a former neighbor of Sarah's family, was responsible for her murder. As early as August 7, 1991, the FBI's Behavioral Science Unit disputed any link between the Tinsley and Bowker cases, despite their similarities. Hensley passed away on January 28, 1994, due to heart and lung disease at the age of 75. His son revealed that Roy carried photographs of both Sarah and April in his wallet. Part 3. The Hunt for a Killer. In 2004, 4 notes believed to be written by April Tinsley's killer were discovered in the Fort Wayne area. 3 notes were left on girls' bicycles, and another was placed in a mailbox. The notes on bicycles were enclosed in plastic bags alongside used condoms and Polaroid images depicting a man's lower torso. One of these notes, riddled with errors, read, "Hi, honey. I've been watching you. I am the same person that kidnapped and rape and kill April Tinsley. You are my next victim. If you don't report this to police and if I don't see this in the paper tomorrow or on the local news, I will blow up your house, killing everyone but you. You will be mine." Another note read, "I am the same person our kidnapped and rape and murder April Tinsley. You, our next haha." The DNA found on the notes matched the DNA profile of the suspect obtained by the police, indicating that the perpetrator had indeed handled the notes. Despite this crucial breakthrough, there were no further advancements in identifying the individual responsible for the crimes. Part 4. Justice Served. On July 2, 2018, genealogist Cece Moore narrowed down the list of potential suspects to 2 individuals. These suspects were brothers, one of whom was John D. Miller, a 59-year-old resident of Grabble, Indiana. Miller was described by neighbors as reclusive and frequently angry. Upon searching Miller's garbage, law enforcement discovered used condoms, from which DNA was collected and matched to the suspect's DNA profile. In December 2018, John D. Miller pleaded guilty to the charges against him. During his sentencing hearing, Miller expressed remorse for his actions, acknowledging the devastating impact his crimes had on April's loved ones. The judge sentenced Miller to 80 years in prison, ensuring that he would spend the rest of his days behind bars for his heinous crimes against April Tinsley and her family. Part 5. Remembering April. In the wake of April's murder, her family became outspoken advocates for child safety and victims' rights, working to ensure that no other family would have to endure the pain and loss they experienced.